New details tonight on last month's raid at the Bexar County Precinct 2 Constable's office.
My attorney turns around and calls me and says, hey, he just said that you're under criminal investigation.
Former Constable Michelle Barrientos Vela told our cameras she was surprised when federal authorities showed up to her office with a search warrant. Today, Eyewitness News wants to know has obtained the unsealed warrant, which states Vela and other high-ranking officials are suspected of committing official oppression, tampering with evidence, and perjury. According to the warrant, Texas Rangers began looking at the precinct after Vela had her employee and political challenger arrested for perjury. The charges against Leonicio Moreno were dropped after he told our cameras this.
This is another form of retaliation from Michelle Barrientos.
At the same time, officials say they became aware of complaints from other police officials and county officials, including the public as well. The warrant states authorities seized electronics and documents relating to Moreno, as well as an incident that happened at Rodriguez Park on Easter. According to the warrant, Vela also retaliated against a man who forced her out of a pavilion that he had rented. Vela is accused of then trying to cover it all up. You can read the full warrant right now in the KENS 5 app.